Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Backwards Hat production. I am Bradley Wilson. You're looking live at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Charlotte, North Carolina, home of tonight's NMNTS Noble 5 Barbarian Company Noble 5 race. We've got 5 drivers tonight who have qualified via the race at the Rockingham Speedway, or who are going to be going for an automatic bid to the Hunt postseason racing. One of the first times we've ever done this here in the NMNTS. I'm joined tonight, as always, by Robbie Buckner. Robbie, what's going on tonight with you, man?
Oh, not much, man. Enjoying the night in the booth, calling some good old NMTS Monday Night Thunder SimSpec PC Championship Series racing. Kind of bittersweet tonight. I should be out there running for a Noble 5 spot, but I'm up here in the booth with everybody, enjoying the race like everybody else, and I got the best seat in the house, and I don't have to worry about tearing the truck up. Well,
the storylines coming into tonight, definitely there are quite a few of them, as Jared Mogard looks to continue his domination stranglehold he's had, holding on to those keys to victory lane rather tightly. Of course, last week in the All-Star race, Mike Bruno came back and put on a show for us here on Backwards Hat production through the All-Star race, as he won last season to get in. But you know, if all these storylines wasn't enough, like I said, you've got 5 drivers tonight, Robbie, going to be duking it out for $30 on top of an automatic bid to the Hunt.
Yes, sir. You got Zachary Kreiser, Spence Thompson, Jared Mogard, Aiden Young, and Ryan W. Daniels, all looking to punch that ticket to the Hunt. $30 is great and all, but $30 is nothing in comparison to that automatic berth to the championship series.
Of course, these drivers, once they get to the Hunt, will go through rounds. We'll eliminate 4 per round. We'll start with 12. We'll end with 4 at Homestead, and those 4 are going to duke it out to see who's going to be the highest finisher that night. Take home a nice $2,400 custom gaming PC, courtesy of our friends at SimSpec PC Towers.
Heck yeah, that's an awesome prize to be going for this year. I tell you, these guys lay it on the line week in, week out. You throw a $2,400 gaming computer in the mix, and it gets a little intense.
Well, you've heard us talk about the Noble 5. Here's how you're going to notice who your Noble 5 drivers are throughout the night. As you notice, the 89 truck of Spence Thompson has the orange numbers and the orange spoiler on it. The Noble 5 program is much like it was back in the heyday of NASCAR. It's signified by those orange numbers, orange spoilers. So that'll keep track of your Noble 5 drivers. And then if nobody takes home this $30 tonight, from my understanding, it's just going to roll over into the final of the 4 Noble 5 races at Darlington in September.
Yeah, it just keeps rolling over week in, week out until somebody's able to claim that prize.
Right on board with Spence Thompson and his 89 Chevy Silverado Savanga Naturals. I always mispronounce that sponsor, so if you're out there and you're sponsoring that 89 truck, I do apologize. Maybe somebody can get me some help, but SimSpec on that truck as well. Spence, of course, the 2016 NMNTS Monday Night Thunder champion, made his way all the way to the Final 4 last year, came up just a little bit short in his bid for his 2nd straight title as Tyler Justice edged him out at Homestead.
Yeah, it definitely was a battle right down to the finish. But this year he's hoping to rebound, get that championship back in the WFO stables.
Oh, Robbie, as you know, the Charlotte Motor Speedway is a place for some bad, fast racing. At this half-mile track can definitely gonna produce, you know, the speeds that some of the fastest speeds that these guys will see all season long in tight quarters racing.
Yeah, definitely so. These guys, they'll battle out into the corners at almost 180 miles an hour, and they'll only slow down to probably around 160, 155 in the corners. So they're not off the throttle long, almost flat out all the way around the track.
Kelly Bruce, we see you out there from Hudson, Florida. We hope you're enjoying your Monday. Hope your first day back to work of the week went by quickly, and we thank you for tuning in and spending your Monday night with us. If you're out there watching right now, drop us a line in that chat, much like Kelly just did. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Of course, another big story as we continue to just kind of watch over people practice. We're catching just the most exciting clips of practice right now. But Robbie, another one of the big stories tonight has got to be Chris Baines in that 82 truck coming back after a year off. He missed almost all of the 2017 campaign. You know, had a strong run in 2016 and missed a year, and now he's going to come back.
I tell you, man, he's one of those guys that I personally miss seeing around the league. You know, Chris was around when I first started in the league. Of course, he was here when the league first came to iRacing. You know, won the very first the Clash at Daytona in the truck, or the Icebreaker in the trucks.
Yeah, he did indeed. He won. He was the original winner of the BA Graphics Icebreaker. You know, accolades out, not to mention one of the first 9 took out of a recruiting class. He'll always be able to say that once the NMNTS came over to iRacing, he was part of that first 9 class. Gonna have a few other drivers making some returns. Justin Richter gonna be out here in that 97 truck again tonight.
Yeah, Justin's been in the Cushion Protocol program for the last 2-3 months. He's finally to the point where he's able to get back behind the wheel. So it's good to see Justin back out there tonight. You
know, before that concussion that he suffered, you know, months ago, he one of the last races we saw Justin in, he's, you know, an uncharted driver, and he put it on the pole to race his way into that. So it's definitely going to be exciting to see what he can do with the field tonight in his first race back. See him get a little loose on the apron there in qualifying. Or not qualifying, in practice, I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely good to see him back. Justin's a really fast driver. He's just got to work on his consistency throughout the run, and then I think Justin will be really good to go. Justin's a young driver, very talented, but I expect big things out of him here in the future. I'll tell you what, though, we got about 3 minutes of practice remaining here. Why don't we try and get a word in with Zachary Kreiser, who's one of our No Bull 5 drivers and currently the fastest in practice.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a word with him. Zachary Kreiser, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Well, man, got that 39 truck, No Bull 5 truck sitting on the top of the board right now in practice. Definitely a blistering lap with a 29.690. Think you've got what it takes to punch that ticket to the hunt tonight?
I mean, I definitely feel like we have a good shot at it. Really just got to keep the full tires on the ground and all the fenders clear, and make sure we hit all our pit stops correctly and make all the right stops, and I think we'll be there at the end.
Well, 134 laps tonight under the lights here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This is the third of 4 No Bull 5 races heading into Darlington. You know, among punching your ticket in to the hunt tonight, you're also going to pick up a cool $30 thanks to the sponsors of this, the Barbarian Company. So you've got to be a little added pressure maybe.
I wouldn't say pressure. I just feel like it's just a better opportunity here to kind of show what we've pretty much been doing all season. So we've been running consistently. So we've been up front all season. So hopefully we can kind of continue that run and hopefully get this 39 Hope for Paul's Chevrolet up front and then victory lane tonight.
I hear this, Robbie. The man sounds as cool as a cucumber as we finish out practice here.
Yeah, cool as the other side of the pillow right now, but we'll see how cool he remains once the pressure hits with 20 laps to go.
Definitely so. Well, Zach, we'll let you get back down there, make some final adjustments, and get a final look at this track. But, man, thanks for taking some time out and talk to us, and good luck to the whole Jaeger Racing crew tonight.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
Once again, that was Zachary Kreiser, driver the number 39 out of the Jaeger Racing stall. Going to be one of your No Bull 5 drivers.
Let's have a word with the driver that got in to our No Bull tonight. Virtue of someone dropping out.
All right, well, I'll let you take this one away as I just conducted the last one.
Brian Daniels, Robbie Buckner, Backwards Hat Production Booth. Got a copy, bud?
I do have a copy. How you doing, guys?
Man, we're doing lovely up here. We're just telling the fans that you were the beneficiary of a No Bull 5 chance tonight, virtue of a driver not being able to make it tonight. So you want to try and take advantage of this opportunity and punch your ticket into the hunt?
Of course I am. I'm looking forward to it. It was cool to get the news last night that I was going to have the chance to go for it. I'm the only guy who's been a Noble 5 driver in all 3 of them so far this year, so I would like for the 3rd time to be the charm and do it at Charlotte, but we've never obviously won here at the NMNTS before, but we're certainly going to try tonight. We don't have the speed just yet in practice in the X-Side Silverado, but I think our race pace will be just fine.
Well, heck yeah, brother. What do you think the strategy is going to be tonight to win this thing?
That's tough. I think it kind of depends on the way cautions fall and stuff like that and how the stages are run. I personally think that as far as my own strategy, I'm just going to try to pick up as many spots as early as I can and just kind of see where I fall into the field. If I'm further in the back, then I might try something a little bit different than the leaders, but if I'm, let's say, in the top 10, I'm pretty much doing whatever the leaders do because I just feel like that's going to be the way to go. I feel like 4 tires all night is going to be the way to go too, with the way the fallout has been so far in practice, so we'll have to see what happens.
Well, heck yeah, brother. We'll let you get down there and get to adjusting on that truck because if I'm not mistaken, your driver's meeting's coming up real soon.
All right, well, thank you both. Have a great broadcast, guys. And just real quick, in case I don't get a chance to talk to you again, I just want to thank everybody who supports the 71 Thunderstruck Racing team tonight for the Noble 5. Young Gun Creations, Cowboys of Colorado Springs, Too Fast Designs, Cajun Racing Designs, BA Graphics, all the guys who put paint on my trucks and cars and all that stuff. And just thank you guys for everybody at home for watching as well.
Heck yeah, brother. Best of luck to you tonight, Ryan.
Yep, thanks, guys.
Once again, that was Ryan Daniels, driver of the number 71 Thunderstruck Racing team. He mentioned stages, Robbie, tonight. The stages, I'm being told, are going to be 50-50 and then the 34 to the end. So that last stage definitely going to get exciting.
Yeah, last stage will definitely be something to look out for. These guys will definitely have interesting opportunities here tonight. If we get long green flag runs in the first 2 stages, I have a feeling somebody's going to have to pit. But tell you what, I'm going to let you entertain the fans for a little bit. I'm going to hop on over to the admin booth, talk to the guys for a little bit, get everybody ready to rock and roll tonight. So if you follow us on Tuesday nights for the VA Graphics Cup series, you kind of know this is what I do. So I'll be back.
All right, well, we're going to let Robbie go down there, conduct the drivers' meeting. I'll stay up here with you guys as right now we watch a couple of teammates out there. Christopher Matthews in that 92 truck, Derek Robinson, the 818, both members of HRL Motorsports. Let's see if we can get a hold of somebody else, team radio, to get a little communication with here. Tell you what, let's get a talk with Zach Lindgren in that 85 truck. 5-Star Drafting sponsors that ride for the WFO Motorsports stable. Zach Lindgren, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, man, been a season of ups and downs. Had some fast trucks. Been snake bit a few times, but overall sitting pretty. You were our points leader for a big part of this season, and then, you know, forfeited that to Jared Mogard. But back here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight, under the lights, you know, had a strong truck throughout the All-Star race. What do you think you got for tonight?
That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. I was really running by myself there for most of practice. I saw a lot of fast guys, some guys trying some different things, trying some different lines. So I don't know. I don't really know what we got for them. We tried to bottom feed for a little bit, and that's good for about 2 or 3 laps, and the tires fall off, and you got to go up to the high side and rim ride. So, you know, I don't know. We're going to have to see how the truck feels, how everything handles after a few laps, and hopefully save our tires enough to get up there, contend with the leaders, contend with some fast guys, and try to lead some laps tonight. That's the goal.
Well, I know that the last Noble 5 race qualified drivers for this Noble 5 race, and I remember that race probably as well as you do. You and I were working our way back up through the field after a pit stop, and you know, had some unfortunate circumstances put us both behind the wall that night. So you missed out on being a Noble 5 driver this round, so I've definitely got to think that you'd like to be the spoiler.
Oh, you know, I like to think of myself as that. I definitely want to get up there and contend with these guys. I know these guys are racing for something tonight, and I know they're going for their place in the hunt tonight, but at the same time, so am I. It might not be immediate, but every position counts, every point counts. So I know these guys got a lot on it tonight, and I know they're going to be really aggressive, trying to get up through the field, trying to take that W tonight, but so am I. I'm going for the same thing they are. So being the spoiler tonight doesn't sound half bad.
Well, we'll be looking to keep a camera on you all night. Before we let you get back down there and catch the final few minutes of the drivers' meeting, does anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank everyone at WFO, everyone that's helped me become the driver I am today. My sponsors, 5-Star Drafting Inc. out there. Big shout out to them. Everyone, the brave men and women overseas defending this great country. Everyone watching, you guys up here for putting on the show tonight. Just everyone in general that has everything to do with this league. But, you know, as of right now, that's all I've got.
All right, we'll let you get back to it, man, and good luck tonight, brother.
Yeah.
Once again, that was Zach Lindgren, driver of the number 85 WFO Motorsports Chevy Silverado. Definitely poised to make some noise as we get into our postseason later on tonight, or later on in the season. So definitely going to be interesting to see how Zach's season progresses. Tell you what, let's get a hold of the driver of the number 29 truck. Matthew Welsenbach, this is Bradley Wilson, the backwards hat booth. You got a copy? Matthew Welsenbach, this is Bradley Wilson, the backwards hat booth. You got a copy? Looks like he may be down there amongst the drivers in the drivers meeting. We'll go over our times real quick, show you what they look like on the board right now after practice. Of course, Zachary Kreiser going to set on the top of the board, just barely over Spence Thompson and teammate Zach Lindgren. Then in third in fourth you have Jackson Allen in that Ford truck, another Thunderstruck racing machine. Fifth will be Chris Baines in his return to the NMNTS series. Sixth will be Blake Falone. Seventh, Anthony C. Eighth, David Heise. Ninth will be Matthew Welsenbach, and 10th, Joe Burchett. That's going to round out your top 10 through practice. If we can, let's see if we can find somebody else to talk to here. Once again, drop us a line out in the chat if you're out there watching. Also from Northern Indiana here. Well, good to see you, Joe Fuller. We hope you enjoy the show tonight. He can't get a talk with Chris Baines, possibly. Radio channel in my TeamSpeak. Try to make radio contact with him later on in the night. I know who we'll talk to. Let's talk to one of our newcomers to the series. Scott Lacoe, this is Bradley Wilson, the backwards hat booth. You got a copy? Scott Lacoe, this is Bradley Wilson, the backwards hat booth. You got a copy?
Hey, buddy.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. How are you doing?
I'm doing. Just out here trying to get some interviews with some drivers through the radio teams here, and wanted to talk to you as you're one of the newcomers and see how you feel like you're progressing in the series since coming on a few weeks ago, and how you're enjoying the stay here so far.
Well, it's a lot of fun. First week out was actually my best week. The last couple of weeks have been caught up in crashes. But I guess that's going to happen. But I'm enjoying it. A lot of fun.
Good deal. Well, we'll see you. We'll see you try to make another start here. Charlotte Motor Speedway, like I said, definitely had a season of building on to a stronger and stronger season. We've seen you have better and better runs. So before we let you get out there and qualify, I know the trucks are rolling on to qualifying now. Does everybody want to shout out?
Absolutely. Many of my friends watching and all my teammates at HRL.
All right. Well, good stuff, Scott. We'll hope to see you later on tonight, man.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it, buddy.
Once again, that was Scott Lacoe, driver of the number 17 truck. Qualifying is underway now. See, I believe Matthew Welsenbach may have a copy on us now. We'll try it. Matthew Welsenbach. That's Bradley Wilson, Backwards Hat Booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Brad, how's it going?
What's going on, man?
Oh, you seemed to try and interview me when I was away from my wheel at the moment, but I'm back now.
Yeah, man. We just wanted to talk to you, driver out of California for the Jaeger Racing Stable. We wanted to get a word with you, man. We saw you have a strong run the last time out here throughout the All-Star race, and know you've had a season of ups and downs, so we just wanted to catch up with you for a second and see how you felt about tonight.
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I think I ended practice in 9th, and yeah, like you said, at the All-Star race, I think qualified 6th, ran in the top 6 all night, finished 5th, and then the week before, I think had my best run of the season with a 6th where we were at, and definitely on the upswing considering I've had a pretty crappy season so far. Keep getting involved in other people's wrecks, or I mess up myself, and it's just been bad. So it's definitely nice to have that upswing, and hopefully keep that momentum going in the next couple weeks here.
Heck yeah. Well, we'll let you get back to qualifying. I just wanted to get a quick word with you. No, we hadn't talked to you much this season, so we wanted to turn that around. Before we let you go, though, is there anybody you want to shout out?
Shout out to my teammates, Sawyer, Zach, Aiden, us at Jaeger Racing. We're doing our best for that team championship. And I think Zach's been doing a pretty fantastic season on the driver's side to hopefully get into the hunt and maybe go for that. But and hope for Paws Pet Rescue out in Los Angeles out here. They do some pretty good stuff with trying to rescue some dogs and cats out there. So that, the league, you, and go back and watch the race tomorrow while I'm working.
Heck yeah. Well, good deal, man. Good luck throughout the night, and maybe we'll be talking to you from Victory Lane later on.
I hope so.
Once again, that was Matthew Welsenbach, driver of that number 29 truck out of the Jaeger Racing Stable. Robbie, I heard you come back in, man. Glad you could rejoin us up here.
Yeah.
Well, we know you were down there amongst the drivers doing the drivers meeting. What's the morale like for tonight?
Oh man, these guys are pumped up, ready to rock. I tell you, the 5 drivers that are running for the Barbarian No Bull 5, they're jacked up for the opportunity to get themselves locked in the hunt. But everybody else is excited about the fact that if they finish in the top 5 tonight, they'll be locked into the last No Bull 5 race we have of the season.
Well, look at the top of the board. No surprise there. This man's had a heck of a season. Had some fast pieces, just been snake bit 1 or 2 times. That's going to be the 83 truck of Joe Burchett, though, Robbie.
Yeah, Joe Burchett put on a clinic at Dover a couple weeks ago. Definitely a strong contender. He was fast in the All-Star race as well, but unfortunately got caught up in a wreck. So we'll see how he does moving forward. But definitely excited to see him. Definitely excited to see how it goes.
Well, as times continue to roll in, just a few more minutes to go here. Everybody trying to get their final crack at this thing. Joe Burchett's going to be on top of your board. Jackson Allen's going to share the outside of the front row with him. If things stay the way they are right now, Pacer Poplin's going to make up row 2. And to his outside, he would have the driver we just spoke to, Matthew Welsenbach.
Yeah, Matthew's had a rough season this year, like he said, but he's trying to bounce back. And I expect good things out of him, especially coming up here soon.
Get a look at Joseph Anwar there as he completes his qualifying run. Looks like he'll be in the 20th position as of right now. Got the 19 truck, another new driver this week, making his debut, AJ Rogers.
Yeah, AJ's one of those talented guys that's come up through the series. Definitely has earned his way into a ride here tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see how he does, along with another newcomer, Andrew Yoder, tonight. See how he does in his debut, along with the return of Chris Baines.
Yeah, Andrew Yoder going to be driving that WFO developmental truck tonight. Got the WFO number 18 on it and hashtag send it. The mailman is sporting the send it truck tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see. Good to see, leagues working together and everybody, sort of crossing over and helping each other out. I know Trevor Harmon goes over and runs the Ram Series from time to time, and Yoder's a regular in the Ram Series. Wanted to come over and try out and see what it was all about tonight. So definitely glad to have him about, and there's nobody else like the postman in this business.
I'm telling you, looks like we've got about a car count of about 28 trucks so far have taken time. I believe we've got about 31 or 2 entered right now. The cap for the field tonight, 32. So looks like all these guys may get their shot at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, everybody should get in tonight.
Well, I know 134 laps here is going to be see a lot of side-by-side action. Probably going to see its share of carnage too, though, Rob, with the tight quarters racing that this track can provide.
Yeah, the biggest thing you got to watch out for tonight is the exit of turn number 4. Turn number 4 will jump out and bite you as the tire run goes on. The tires start to fall off. The truck starts to get tighter and tighter. You start cranking a lot of wheel into it to keep it off that wall, and then next thing you know, it'll snap loose and come around on you. So exit of turn 4, Calamity Corner, will be our Calamity Corner tonight. So you'll definitely want to keep an eye out on turn 4.
You know, there was an addition to the rule book I saw as I was going through some of the press releases for this series. One of those being the EOL rule has kind of been reinstated to where if 2 trucks get together and bring out a caution, both of those trucks will receive an automatic EOL. Do you think that that may change the way that some of these drivers are going to attack tonight with a little more give and take?
Some drivers it'll affect. Some drivers will think a little bit more about a move, but then at the same time, you know, what's the old saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to try and pull back on the reins than it is to try and snatch the reins. So some of these guys are just naturally aggressive. So, you know, makes for better racing all the way around, but, you know, you deal with it as it comes.
Definitely. So we've got a good luck Chris out there. That could either be for Christopher Matthews or Chris Baines.
Oh, no, yeah. Good luck, Chris. No, that is for Chris Matthews.
Heck yeah.
I recognize that name.
Yeah, I thought I did too, and I was wanting to be sure, but definitely got some Chris Matthews fans out in the house. As Chris Matthews is another one of those drivers. Yeah, I got some Scott LeCoe fans out there. Chris Matthews, of course, another one of those drivers who is just always up at the front. You know, may not have the wins to go along with the stronger finishes that he has, but he's definitely a guy you're never going to count out. Always taking care of his equipment, always being around there at the end. You know, last season, Chris Matthews, more times than not, would start from the rear of the field, and you would always find him up around the top 5 at the end of a race.
Yeah, he's a lot like Matt Kenseth in that sense. He's not that great of a qualifier, but he's definitely always there at the end. And it was good to see him get his first ever official NMTS Series win a couple of weeks back. So Chris is definitely still riding that momentum wave, and look forward to seeing what he can do with it.
Watching Michael Redding, the evil outlaw out of Batesville, Arkansas, make his qualifying run right now. Looks like he's going to time in around the 22nd position. You know, it's been rumored that this is Redding's farewell tour to asphalt.
Yeah, Michael is one of those guys that he enjoys running asphalt, but he gets a heck of a lot more pleasure out of running the dirt stuff. And from conversations I've had with him in the past, since he announced his farewell to asphalt tour, a lot of this stems down to the World of Outlaws championship series. He really wants to take a swing at it next year, and he feels like he needs to really put that foot forward in order to do it.
Well, qualifying is all wrapped up. Robbie, what do you say? I'll let you get a word with our pole sitter, Joe Burchett, the Overtake Motorsports camp.
All right, give me 1 second here. Let me grab a hold of him. Y'all excuse me while I hum to myself. Joe Burchett, Robbie Buckner, Backwards Hat Production Booth. What's going on, buddy?
How we doing?
Oh, man, I'm not doing as good as you. Mr. Pole Sitter, fastest man on the track tonight. Tell me about that lap.
It was just one of those balls to the walls, hold that sucker wide open.
Heck yeah, did you lift any? Or you ain't gonna tell us that. No lifting?
No lifting.
No lifting, that's what I'm talking about. The man drove it down in the corner, held it all the way open. Apparently he was talking to Buddy Baker in the garage. That's the only thing I can come up with to make him want to drive wide open around this track. Were you down there talking to Buddy?
Oh, yeah. Gave me a bunch of pointers.
A bunch of pointers. Well, heck yeah, brother. We were talking earlier about your dominating victory you had at Dover, and how last week in the All-Star race you had a good truck as well, but unfortunately got wrapped up in an accident. What do you think the odds are tonight you can play spoiler to these No Bull 5 drivers?
I won't go as far to say as it's. I'll just say it's probably a decent shot. You know, I'm hoping to have a good run. I know a couple of these No Bull 5 guys are gonna try to play a little different strategy to get themselves a little bit of cold hard cash tonight, but hopefully I can definitely play spoiler and you know, at least get into the top 5, have a shot at the last No Bull 5, I think, at Darlington in a few weeks.
Heck yeah, brother. Definitely something to shoot for tonight. But anybody out there you want to give a huge shout out to before we let you go get ready for this race?
Just all the boys over at Overtake Motorsports.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, best of luck to you tonight, man. And hopefully we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you.
That was your pole sitter, Joe Burchett, driver of the number 83 Overtake Motorsports truck. You see AJ Rogers out there just kind of taking advantage of maybe some extra practice time there, Robbie, as we get ready to roll over to the race.
Yeah, apparently so. But I'm going to go down there and give these guys one final pep talk, get them ready to rock and roll, and we'll be ready to do this thing here in about 2 minutes.
10-4. Well, we'll talk to our outside pole sitter, driver of the number 4 truck, Jackson Allen, see if we can make radio contact with him. Jackson Allen's Bradley Wilson in the backwards hat booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
Well, man, come up just short of the pole, but nonetheless going to start on the outside of the front row tonight. Got to be a good feeling and, you know, step in the right direction to finding victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, we missed it by 1/100th of a second, so I can't complain too bad. I really didn't expect to improve that much from my practice time, because my practice time was in the draft, and obviously qualifying I was a lone car out there. So hopefully I've figured a little bit of something out to at least get me one lap around the track here.
Well, heck yeah. You think you've got what it takes to hold them off tonight and maybe play the spoiler in this whole No Bull 5 thing?
Oh, well, that'd be awesome to kind of shut those guys out. They're going to be coming through the field, though. Chrysler, Mogard, all those guys they're going to be fast and they're going to be tough to beat. I mean, there's a reason they're the No Bull 5 tonight, and they definitely earned it through the pretty much all the races that qualified them in this year.
Yeah, everybody once again going to be qualified into that top 5 virtue of their runs at Rockingham. Of course, you know, if you can pull out a top 5 yourself tonight, that's going to qualify you for a shot at it at Darlington come September.
Yeah, and ultimately, if we can't win, to finish inside the top 5 would be ideal, specifically because I'm pretty good at Darlington. I mean, I missed the win there last year by maybe a truck length to Spence, just a tire situation. So
good deal. Well, we'll let you get back to business here before we get set to go green. Good luck tonight. 134 laps, and with any luck, we'll be talking to you as the winner in this thing.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Once again, that was Jackson Allen, driver of that number 4 truck out of the Thunderstruck Racing stable. Robbie is down there giving the guys the final commands before we go green flag racing tonight. We hope you're all enjoying the show. It's only going to get better from here. See if we can find... Tell you what, let's see if we can pull up Spence Thompson real quick. Get a quick word with him before we go racing here. Spence Thompson, this is Bradley Wilson in the backwards hat booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, Bradley.
Well, man, one of them No Bull 5 drivers coming in here tonight, virtue of a top 5 at the Rockingham Speedway a few weeks ago. Looks like you're going to start 14th tonight, man. Going to have a long way to go.
Yeah, we're not feeling too confident about the 14th starting spot, but I feel like if we can keep it clean here tonight, and we'll be hopefully we'll be able to slowly kind of work our way forward here, because I'm feeling pretty good about it tonight. We ran really good in practice. Like I said, qualifying didn't go so really well, but hopefully, like I said, we can keep this thing one piece, slowly work our way to the front.
All right, good deal. Well, we'll let you get back down there as I'm fixing to call out the announcing order, or the starting order, but good luck tonight, man.
Appreciate it, man. Once
again, that was that was Spence Thompson, driver of the number 89 WFO Motorsports ride. As we're going to get a look at your starting field now. On the front row, you're going to have Joe Burchett, driver of the number 83 truck. To his outside, driver of the number 4, that'll be Jackson Allen. One row back from that's where you're going to find the number 1 truck of PJ Popham. To his outside, he'll have the 29 truck of Matthew Welsenbach.
Next row back, going to be the number 39 of Zachary Kreiser, fast man in practice. To his outside is going to be newcomer tonight, AJ Rogers in that 19.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the 98 truck, always somebody to keep an eye on. That's Anthony C. To the outside, your points leader in another Noble 5 truck tonight, the number 3 truck of Jared Mogard.
Next row back on the inside is going to be the 85 of Zach Linger, and that's my dark horse pick for tonight. And his outside, the 49 of Sawyer Ott.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the number 11 truck, the Pokemon Ride, Blake Falone. To his outside, the B&C Lawn Care truck in his return to the NMNTS. That's Chris Baines.
Next row back, starting on the inside, the 711 David the Wheelbarrow Heiza. His outside, No Bull 5 driver tonight, Spence Thompson in the 89.
One row back from that, making another debut in the NMNTS, virtue of the WFO development truck. That is the 18, Andrew Yoder. To his outside, you've got the number 9 truck out of New England, Aiden Young.
Next row back on the inside of the Trevor Harmon Motorsports, number 27. That's going to be Trevor Harmon out of Arizona. And his outside, our local airman, the number 92 of Christopher Matthews.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the 43 truck of, or the 42 truck of John Kennedy. To his outside, he'll have the 43 of Craig Lehrman.
Next row back, returning again tonight, be the 97 of Mark Richter. And his outside in the Farewell to Asphalt Tour, the number 2 of Michael Redding.
One row back, you're going to find Joseph Andwar the 3rd in that number 13 Panda Tactical Ride. To his outside will be Scott Lacoe in the 17.
Next row back, starting on the inside, another No Bull 5 driver, number 71, Ryan W. Daniels, and his outside, the number 7 of Austin Tremblay.
One row back from that's where you're going to find the 2017 Grand National Series champion Gordon Larson. To his outside, he will have Derek Robinson in the 818.
Next row back on the inside is the 21 of Blaine Falone, and his outside, 1000.com, Ryan Broderick.
Here we go. The field's going to come off of turn number 4 this time. Pace car making the hard left. Joe Burchett's going to wait for the green flag to come out. It's out. He's on the loud pedal. We're away 134 laps here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Burchett's going to run it through the low side of the tri-oval. PJ Popham gave him a little shove there.
Yeah, get him down in the corner, get him out ahead of that number 4 of Jackson Allen. Jackson's going to fight back hard on that outside.
They're going to storm down the backstretch right now. You go on board with the back bumper cam of Joe Burchett as Jackson Allen cuts him no slack there. Puts the bumper to him, going to give him the shove out front, and here comes Pacer Popham back to the inside.
Yeah, Pacer had a really strong car last week in our BA Graphics Coke 600 race. I expect him to have another strong race again tonight.
One guy that's just now starting to creep up inside the top 5 is the 39 truck. We talked to him pre-race. That's Zach Kreiser.
Yeah, Zachary's down on the inside. He's got Anthony C. pushing him hard down in the corner as he battles AJ on that outside.
A little further back, you're going to see Chris Baines and Spence Thompson. Used to be teammates at WFO. They're going to do battle. This position's for the 11th and 12th position right now. Behind them, you've got a gaggle of trucks. Aiden Young, Blake Falone in the mix.
Yeah, don't forget further behind them, you got Chris Matthews, David Heiza, and looks like Kennedy, Lerman, and several more.
30 trucks storm around this 1.5 mile speedway at just under 30 seconds right now. The fastest time on the track last time by was leader Joe Burchett with a 29.738, but behind him, it's a little under a tenth, going to separate about 10 trucks.
Yeah, these guys are on top of each other right now, just can't get away from each other. But as the tire fall off starts to happen, you'll start to see gaps develop between these trucks. You're going to have a lot of comers and goers, as we like to say, as this run goes on.
Well, you heard it pre-race. People talking about how you could use the bottom for a few laps, but they felt like it was going to go away Zach Lindgren, being one of those drivers, felt like after a few laps you were going to have to search for the high side. You know that's going to provide a lot of exciting close quarters, two-wide racing as the runs go on.
Yeah, and the advantage of the high side is you can keep that momentum up off the corner. You're able to outrun that driver to your inside down the straightaway. Going into the next corner, as you can see Zach using that to his advantage with Vince Thompson to his inside.
Go on board with Zach Lindgren right now. Go on the pillar cam there as you see him come through the track from the gearbox at Spence Thompson. This is the battle for 10th and 11th right now. Chris Bain still hanging in the wings there with Aiden Young right there on his tail.
Yeah, they're battling hard right now. 3 wide behind him as somebody goes way down to the apron.
I believe that was the 27 truck of Trevor Harmon. May have got shook out of line there just a little bit. He's going to run the apron all the way through 3 and 4s to not come up in front of anybody. Smooth. That is a smooth move. He's actually going to bring it to pit road now.
Interesting to see what's going on with the 27 of Trevor Harmon. See if I can go back and see if anything happened to him.
Back up front, the battle is going to rage on. Joe Burchett still your leader. Pacer Popham's going to track him in second. Up to third, you've got the 29 truck of Welsenbach.
Not quite sure what happened to Trevor there. He just come off of turn 2 and went immediately down to the apron. Maybe something internal in that truck.
Look off the back of the roof at the Hope for Pause truck as you've got the driver in the 4 truck. Jackson Allen definitely breathing down his back right now. Could have a battle for position here off of turn number 4.
Yeah, definitely right now. He's driving as hard as he can to the inside of him, hoping to clear him before they get down to turn 1, but they're not going to get clear. They're going to go in the corner side by side.
Side by side, going into the corner. You could separate those trucks with maybe a piece of paper. Right now, they're going to battle out the turn 2 down the backstretch. Nobody still has the clear edge in this battle.
No, definitely not right now, though. It looks like Jackson's trying his hardest down there on the bottom, but unfortunately, I think that's going to burn his tires up. That's going to allow the outside to prevail over time for Welsenbach.
We go on board with your points leader right now, Jared Mogard out of the Midwest region in that number 3 truck. Maxed Out Motorsports as the battle rages on in front of him. Jackson Allen looks like he may clear him down to the bottom. Now here comes Mogard to the bottom of Welsenbach.
Yeah, Jared Mogard, the highest of our No Bull 5 drivers currently, as he makes his way towards the front, battling Welsenbach now for that 4th position.
They're going to come through the tri-oval side by side. Looks like Mogard may edge out in front just a little bit now. As we look at some of the movers through the field, Craig Learman in that 43 truck started 20th. He is up to 17th right now.
Yeah, definitely. Several drivers are making their way up through the field. Aiden Young's gained 3 positions. Chris Matthews up 2. Craig Learman up 3. David Heiza has fallen 5. Redding has gained 3. A lot of comers and goers so far.
I saw another truck slow down the backstretch. I didn't get a look at the number. Nonetheless, though, we continue on here. 12 laps of the 134 we're going to run tonight already in the book. These trucks continue to storm around this half-mile racetrack right now. Looks like there is a little bit of fall off already taking place as Joe Burchett still the fastest truck on the track right now, but has already dropped off a full second after just 12 laps.
Yeah, these tires definitely will have a big fall off throughout the run. You expect a difference probably between, I'd say, about a 3 to a 5 second lap fall off over the entirety of the run, depending on how well you take care of your tires.
Well, Joe Burchett's out to about a 1.6 second lead right now. We'll show you what that looks like. We'll zoom out a little bit as you see Burchett right there, and then you see Jackson Allen coming off of turn number 4. So definitely Burchett got a little bit of breathing room early, Robbie.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Get you a little bit of a gap between you and the driver behind you. That way you can kind of just run your own pace. You're not going to be hard on the tires. You can enter the corner where you want to, exit the corner where you want to. Really be easy on those tires. That
truck I saw off pace down the backstretch was the 1 truck of Pacer Popham. Maybe problems early for Popham here as he's fallen all the way back from his third third starting spot to about 28th.
Yeah, heck of a fall there for Papa.
He'll do battle with Blaine Falone in the Wall truck back there in the back. We'll get a look at about the middle of the field right now. That's where you're going to find Chris Baines in his return to the NMNTS series. What'd you see?
PJ got the apron down in 1 and 2, got the truck upset, caused him to lose all of his momentum. And instead of trying to fight his way back up on the track, he kind of just let everybody go. You know, it's better to live to fight another day than it is to risk it at this moment and throw it all away.
Well, we'll go on board with Zach Lingren now in the 85. We talked to him pre-race about being the spoiler. Zach has one of our tech cams on board that truck tonight. Right now you're looking off the roof, though, as he tracks Zachary Crosser. It almost gives him a little extra incentive into the turn. But we'll go on board, and you see Zach putting a lot of wheel into it on that high side. Left front definitely doing a little bit of moving as he's having to wheel that truck.
Yeah, he's definitely having to crank a lot of wheel into it, especially on the exit of the corner to keep it from sliding up and hitting that wall. But at the same time, though, one of the problems he's fighting right now is that truck is definitely getting aero tight and that tight of a pack right up under the back end of another truck with another truck packed in behind him and another down on the inside. That is not an aerodynamic position you want to be in.
Well, you see Sawyer Ott in that 49 truck. He's going to inch into this battle. Spence Thompson still right on the back door of Zach Lingren as they try to work around the 19 truck of A.J. Rogers.
Yeah, AJ's still using the bottom of the track right now, and you can tell the big difference between the top and the bottom. AJ's having to stay out on the throttle for so much longer than everybody else. As there's a 3-car train heading down the backstretch, now a 4-car.
4-car. Sawyer Ott's going to hop up to the outside right now. They're all going to try to go around A.J. Rogers. This battle's for around the 9th, 10th, 11th positions. As you see them starting to work around there. Of course, like we said, you'll notice the numbers in the spoiler on the 39 truck are the orange, the Dayglow orange. That signifies being a Noble 5 driver.
And Zach takes it to the inside. He's going to try and get around Kreiser. But like we talked about, that outside lets you keep your momentum, and that's going to allow Spence Thompson to get to the outside of Zach Lingren on the exit.
Had a little bit of a glitch there in the broadcast, folks. I'm sorry about that, but it is all cleared up now. Got a little inclement weather coming in. So nonetheless, though, we're good to go. As we continue to monitor this battle, we're going to look back a little further in the field at one of our Noble 5 drivers from Daytona who clinched that win. Already punched his ticket into the hunt. Virtue being the winner of the Daytona first race of the season, Mark Broderick.
Yeah, Broderick definitely took advantage of the Noble 5 early in the season. He's the only driver right now that's officially locked into the hunt. But at the same time, he's the only Noble 5 driver that was actually able to win a Noble 5 race.
Definitely so, but you may have a little bit of the Daytona curse, Robbie, since Daytona's not really made a whole lot of noise, which, you know, at the end of last season, he was marked as one of the drivers to watch out for. So we'll hope to see if he can get that ship righted, you know, throughout the summer months, as we're going to call, it's been deemed the Hell Tour. We've got about 11 races here right in a row, no off weeks, just straight through.
Yeah, these guys definitely are in for a stretch of racing now. But I expect Broderick to get it all going here soon. You know, at this point, if you're Broderick, really you're gathering data. Everybody else has actually got to go fight for points. You know, for Broderick, it's pretty much he's just got to show up each week and make sure he runs the races and stays out of trouble, and you know, he's got that free ride to the hunt.
Well, you know, Charlotte Motor Speedway is going to have another date on the calendar this year as we'll come back here in the hunt. So definitely these drivers may be able to take a little bit of what they learned tonight and apply it later on in the season.
That'd be the hope, but you know, weather conditions are totally different in the wintertime or fall here versus right now in the heat of the summer. Right now, these guys are looking at a track temperature upwards of, well, actually it's not that hot tonight. It's only 78 degrees on the track temperature tonight. The track's not too bad, but I expect it to be probably a little bit cooler and a lot faster when we come back in the fall.
We'll check back up front right now as you've got Anthony C. moved up from the 7th position to 4th. cracked inside the top 5, and I would have a feeling he's not done climbing yet.
No, Anthony C is a man on a mission. He wants to prove that he's not a fluke when it comes to this stuff. He's definitely been battling week in, week out to try and get that win. He was really strong here in the Cup car, really fast during the All-Star event, so expect nothing less of him this week.
Of course, we see Jared Washawn out there in the chat right now cheering on Anthony. As you know, Jared Washawn, the teammate to Anthony C, Prodigy Racing. Washawn had some other things come up, not in attendance tonight. Oh, Zachary Chrysler in the wall.
That's not good.
Not good at all for the man who was hoping to have a bid for a No Bull 5 run, as he's going to slip back to the clutches of Craig Learman right now. Got the wall down the backstretch, lost a few spots, but the 39 truck doesn't seem to be too bad damaged.
Yeah, he definitely got up high in the middle of 1 and 2. That wall jumped out there, got a hold of him, wouldn't let go. Hopefully just a little bit of sheet metal damage that he can get fixed on the first round pit stops.
Well, we are 26 laps in of this 134 lap event as Joe Burchett comes off of turn number 4 right now. He's led all of them so far. Going to come around to complete lap 26, moving on to 27. Robbie, you've got to think that with 50 lap stages, you know, we're halfway through the first stage right now, but if we see green, I wonder if we're going to see any strategies play out.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was looking at Trevor Harmon and what happened to him early in the race. He came to pit road on lap 8. I mean, he'd have to go 41 laps on the tank of fuel to finish out this stage. I believe that's right at the cusp of being able to make a full run, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he is currently in the 30th position, 1 lap down, the only truck a lap down, so if the caution were to fly, he is going to at least be able to get that lap back. That truck is another good-looking truck. Like I said, Trevor running for a great cause, you know, cancer support. But, you know, that truck was wrapped by one of our sponsors here at Backwards Hat Productions, Ram Designs. We talk about it all the time, Kyle Ramsey and the crew putting out some of the slickest stuff, both asphalt and dirt, and that's a prime example of it.
Yeah, definitely a good wrap there out by the Ram Design guys. They put some high-quality wraps on trucks. If you're looking for a good high-quality wrap, give them a holler. Man, they definitely do a good job.
Ryan Daniels, and Michael Redding are going to be just behind him, Justin Richter in that 97 truck. Like I said, Justin making his return. He's in the 25th spot right now, but making his return to the NMNTS series after, you know, suffering a concussion.
Yeah, definitely been a long road back for Justin, but he's been able to come back. Tonight's going to be the first real test for him. See if he can go all 134 laps.
Definitely a lot of good battles going on right now. We'll check in with another one of our newcomers, Austin Tremblay, in that 7 truck out of the great state of Ohio, as he runs around Andrew Yoder and Joseph Anwar.
Yeah, Yoder, Tremblay, and all them are doing a good job tonight keeping the trucks clean, just making slow moves as they come up through the field and taking care of their trucks. They realize this is a long race, and you got to be there at the end in order to have a chance.
Definitely so. 31 laps now down out of the 50-lap first segment. Of course, Robbie, you saw the announcement as well as I did from the NMNTS Racing Series. Next season, 2019, we're going to ditch stages and go back to a more traditional style of race.
Yeah, the stage system, it's fun. It's got its perks, it's got its downfalls, but at the same time, it's definitely one of those times when, as a series, that the guys tend to enjoy the long runs without the break more than they do anything else. So, kind of going back to what they want.
Well, we're looking at Matthew Welsenbach right now. I want to give everybody a look at one of the coolest hat or helmet suit combinations right now that I feel like we have out there. As you can see, it's one of the old Star Wars. Robbie, you had to correct me last time, but it's a fighter helmet out of the Star Wars along with a Jedi suit.
Yeah, it's a TIE fighter.
TIE fighter.
It's an X-Wing pilot, my bad.
X-Wing pilot helmet. So if you've ever watched Welsenbach stream, he's got a Twitch stream, the Ender's World. Definitely go check that out. Always some great stuff. But there's a lot of action going on right in front of him as you've got these 3 trucks covered with a blanket. Spence Thompson, Zach Lindgren, and the newcomer in the 19 truck of AJ Rogers.
Yeah. We have a new leader, by the way.
We do indeed. I just noticed that off of turn number 4, your new leader is going to be Jackson Allen in that 4 truck.
Yeah, I just happened to look and notice that Joe Burchett's fallen to 4th place.
Definitely so. Jared Mogard's going to make his way up to 2nd. Anthony C. right there on the back bumper of the 3 truck. Not sure exactly what happened to Joe Burchett. Maybe just ran the tires off of it, expecting a caution in the early stage.
I'm thinking he may have had a connection issue and dropped down to get out of everybody's way for a little bit.
Good little battle. They're kind of strung out around here, single file for the most part. There are a few battles going on around the racetrack. One of those being the 92 truck of Chris Matthews as he does battle with John Kennedy and Zach Kreiser in that 39 truck.
Yeah, you got a whole gaggle of trucks there, all battling it out. You got Roderick, Baines, Kennedy, Matthews, and Kreiser.
PJ Popham had that problem early. He's been able to work his way back up through the field just a little bit. He was as low as about 29th, and he's worked his way back up to 17th.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a good job battling back up to the field. Like I said, he got loose there in 1 and 2, got the apron, and then backed out of it and done the smart thing, let the field go by before he came back up on the track.
Go on the bumper cam of the 98 truck right now as he's given Jared Mogard about all he can handle this battle for the 2nd and 3rd position. At the same time, they are running down Jackson Allen in that 4 truck.
Yeah, Jackson's starting to run into lap traffic right now. Tires are worn, lap trucks are trying to stay out of the way, but at the same time, you know, these guys are having a hard time holding on to the truck. So it's going to be interesting as they get up into lap traffic here.
They're going to put the newcomer Scott Lacoe 1 lap down. Lacoe will be scored right now in the 29th position. He'll now be the first truck a lap down as Trevor Harmon runs behind him just a little bit. So going to be about a half a track between those two for the lucky dog.
Yeah, most definitely. But I tell you, right now we're coming up on, we're running lap 39 right now. We're getting up inside that that window of will these guys be able to make the full 50 laps?
Definitely fuel questions are going to start to rise right now. As we'll go back to the front, we've got another battle raging for the lead right now. Jared Mogard to the inside of Jackson Allen, going to bring Anthony C. with him as he'll look to make the move in 3.
Exciting battle as they come off the corner. Mogard on the inside, Allen on the outside. They're going to get close. Mogard pushes up into Allen a little bit on exit, causing Mogard to lose momentum. But Jackson Allen still fighting on that outside.
Well, I noticed I was looking through some of the social media stuff today and some of the outlets. Jared Mogard had posted a status about running for $30 tonight and how he was going to give it his all to bring home, make sure that cash comes home with him.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, Jared's one of those guys, any kind of carrot you dangle out in front of him, he's going to try and get. And right now, he's made his way out to the lead. And come to the close of our first stage here, we have 8 laps until the end of the stage.
Well, I think the question of anybody can make it on fuel is starting to be answered, as I haven't seen any takers for pit road just yet. Meanwhile, the battle for second's now going to heat up as Anthony C. Jackson Allen almost touched coming into turn number 1. Down the backstretch, it looks like Allen will have the advantage heading back into turn number 3.
Yeah, Jackson's going to be able to fight off Anthony as they go down through the tri-oval, head back towards turn number 1. But I just realized what's written on the spoiler of Jared Mogard.
Yeah, it says gone. I saw it earlier, just gone. And definitely a proper statement for the points leader right now, as he's definitely been racking up wins, stage wins, everything you can pretty much win in a night, as he went on the tear for a few weeks there.
Yeah, he's pretty much Martin Truex in the field this year.
Well, look at the battle right now for the 11th and 12th position, as that's Sawyer Ott and Ryan Broderick. Broderick started deep in this field right around the 30th position, has already worked his way up to 12th, so maybe Mark Broderick's starting to capture some of that spark that he had from earlier in the season, even into last season.
Yeah, it's highly possible. Broderick is one of those guys, though, that at the beginning of the race will lag back towards the back, kind of feel his truck out, see how it goes. And he's definitely one of those guys that within this series does a really good job of saving his tires throughout a run, where towards the end of a run where everybody else is kind of slipping, sliding, and falling, Broderick's still got that drive off the corner and is moving his way towards the front.
Well, with just 5 laps to go in this stage, we'll give you a rundown of how they finished right now, who would receive some stage points. Right now, your stage 1 winner, if it were to end, would be Jared Mogard in that 3 truck. He'd pick up 10 points. Jackson Allen would be picking up 9, Anthony C. 8. Then we go a little further back in the field. You've got Joe Burchett, who would be hanging on for 7.
Yeah, Zach Lindgren would get 6 for finishing 5th. Spence would get 5. AJ Rogers would get 4. Walzenbach would get 3. Lerman would get 2. And Aiden Young would get 1.
Spence Thompson just about got the wall a little bit as he went to put Scott Lacoa lap down. A Noble 5 driver that I wouldn't count out, you know, being able to get the job done, is the 2016 champion.
Yeah, Spence will hang around. Next thing you know, he's in victory lane. So you definitely can't count him out.
Well, here we go. Nice little battle going on between Christopher Matthews and PJ Popham. This is for the 13th and 14th positions, as those guys just a few spots out of stage points right now.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to make their way up into the top 10. Whoa, we got a car in the grass. Blaine Falone in the grass in the tri-oval.
The Wawa number 21 BB Racing Machine slow through the grass. Gets it corralled back under him as he's going to run the apron through 1 and 2. Looks like there may have been a little contact with the wall for the 21 truck.
Yeah, it definitely looks like maybe been a situation of getting tight off of 4 like we talked about. Got the wall and then that snapped him loose back down towards the inside and through the infield grass.
Back up front, laps winding down. You'll have 2 laps to go in this stage as we'll throw the checkered at the completion of lap 50. Jared Mogard. Oh, this is the white flag. Okay. Well, never mind. White flag in the air, stage 1. Jared Mogard looks to have it well under control as Jackson Allen still gives chase. He's going to come home 2nd if everything holds the way it is right now. 3rd in the stage 1 process would be Anthony C. Checkered flag in the air, stage number 1. Going to go to Jared Mogard. Congratulations to him on picking up the stage 1 win. As Robbie we'll let Robbie get an interview with our stage winner as soon as they make their pit stops and get some things sorted out.
Heck of a job by everybody there in that first stage, though, to go full stage green flag racing. That's a heck of a job.
You know, these guys have been under a little bit of a microscope lately as to the caution counts. I know the league admins and race officials have kind of been looking at everything, is why we added that EOL rule. So definitely got to be a breath of fresh air for everybody involved to see them go 50 laps there, flag to flag.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely something that I'm sure the admins are happy about tonight. They're definitely looking out and glad to see that these guys are kind of getting the message that they're the best in the business and they should race like that week in, week out. And this is the kind of racing that, you know, people expect out of this group each week.
Well, the pace car is going to continue to bring the field around right now, as you're going to have Jared Mogard, your stage 1 winner. Second will be Jackson Allen. Third, Anthony C. Fourth was going to be Joe Burchett in that 83 truck. And rounding out your top 5, stage 1 will be the 85 of Zach Lindgren.
Yeah, 6th place to be Spence Thompson, 7th AJ Rogers, 8th Matthew Welsenbach, 9th Ryan Broderick, and 10th Craig Lerman. And how about Ryan Broderick driving all the way from 30th to 9th in that first stage?
And definitely a good job. We'll go on board with Zach Lindgren here while he makes his pit stop, virtue of our tech cam. Down and away, you saw him as they had already changed the left front. Waited for fuel, took off. Looks like he's going to come out just about where he finished. So good job to the crew of the 85 getting out. I tell you what, Robbie, pit stops have been made. Why don't you talk to our stage 1 winner who's going to come into the pits first, exit first, Jared Mogard?
Tried to get him on the radio. I am not able to get in touch with him.
Well,
so we'll try our 2nd place finisher there, Jackson Allen. How about that?
Good deal. We'll try that.
Jackson Allen, Robbie Buckner in the backwards side production booth. Got a copy, bud?
Yeah, 10-4.
Well, brother, come home 2nd there in stage number 1. Good clean stage out of everybody. 50 good hard fought laps there. Looked like at the beginning of the run, Joe Burchett was going to check out on everybody, but you were able to run him back down and get around him. What's it going to take to keep that 3 behind you for the rest of the stage?
Man, I think what happened there was some guys just thought that we'd get a caution early, so they kind of pushed it a little too hard. As far as keeping the 3 at bay here, I'm not real sure. He figured something out there right at the end of that stage that it was really working to his advantage. I think the last 3 laps of that stage I might have figured something out, but who knows? We'll have to see here. Hopefully we get another long run and we can test out some of the things that we learned.
Heck yeah, brother. Out of curiosity, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but how much fuel was left in that truck at the end of that stage?
Oh, we had plenty. I had about 8 laps left, so I don't think 50-lap run's going to be a problem here on fuel.
I'll be. Well, Brad, that was way off on my estimate tonight on the fuel window.
Yeah, we definitely miscalculated a little bit, as we thought you may have to see pit stops, but nonetheless, Jackson Allen says 8 laps to go. He's either holding those cards real close to that chest, or definitely we have miscalculated. But nonetheless, thanks to Jackson Allen in that Ford truck for giving us a little breakdown of how stage 1 went from a driver's standpoint. As we're going to get set, we're going to rack them and stack them here for stage number 2. Robbie, I'll let you call out the start on this one.
Well, alrighty. Had to calm the drivers down for a second there. Everybody was having a little bit too much fun getting ready to go to green here.
These guys definitely race it hard and furious, but some of them are the best of friends, and there's pretty much a general morale that everybody kind of gets along here in the NMNTS series.
Yeah, most definitely. We get ready for the restart here in stage number 2. Pace car is going to make that hard left turn. Fields in Jared Mogard's hand. Mogard is on the loud pedal. Catch Jackson Allen sleeping. That's going to allow Burchett to get to the inside of Jackson Allen as we get ready to rock and roll here in stage number 2.
Jackson Allen may have been sleeping. One man that wasn't sleeping was Zach Lindgren in that 85 truck, as he pretty much pushed Jackson through the tri-oval. He's now going to look to 2nd place under Joe Burchett.
Yeah, Zach definitely going to try and take advantage of everybody being grouped up here. Zach was able to finish in the top 5 there at the end of that first stage, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. being in the top 5 already to start this stage.
Got quite a few good battles going on around this 1.5 mile racetrack right now. As you look at a few teammates there, the 29 of Welsenbach, the 49 of Sawyer-Ott, those are Jaeger Racing stable teammates there. PJ Popham going to look to make a move to the inside of the 98 truck.
Yeah, and don't look now, but Brichette's going after Mogard for the lead in turns 3 and 4.
Here we go, Joel Burchett to the inside. Robbie, if you remember back to Gateway, these two made a little contact in the closing laps, and Burchett kind of didn't seem too happy, so we'll see if that plays into tonight.
Yeah, I tell you one thing about a driver's memory, they don't forget much. And I'm sure if given the opportunity to keep Mogard from winning this No Bull 5, I'm pretty sure Burchette's going to do all that he can.
Well, one driver who's definitely going to do his share of the work, like I said, that Zach Lindgren in that 85 truck, as he's right on the bumper of Jared Mogard. Now you see Mogard go to the bottom. Meanwhile, Zach's still utilizing that high line.
Yeah, Zach's found something up there on the top side that he likes, and he's sticking with it and definitely running strong. But I tell you, another guy who's moving up through the field right now from early problems is that number 1 truck of PJ Popham, as he's looking to the inside of Jackson Allen as we come off of turn 4 and into the tri-oval.
Pacer Popham definitely got it going back the right direction. He was as low as 29th on the board right now, all the way back up into the top 10, running 7th. He's got a mirror full of his teammate, the 43 truck of Craig Learman.
Yeah, Craig's doing a solid job tonight. Another good run for the 43 Coca-Cola truck. I tell you, that's a gaggle of trucks right there.
I just realized if you look at Pacer Popham's truck, to the immediate left of the bed cover, you've got a bottle of Crown Royal. You've got some Coke in the center, and that equals the mixed drink there. So PJ Popham kind of running the mixed drink Coca-Cola truck tonight.
You know, every now and then you got to have your adult beverage.
Every now and then you got to mix it up just a little bit. I'll tell you who's mixing it up right now. That's this battle of trucks right back here. They've single filed out now, but they were right on top of each other. Meanwhile, you go up right around Zachary Kreiser in the 39 truck. There's another gaggle of trucks.
Hold on 1 second.
Got Blake Falone going to lead that pack around. Aiden Young still going to dig the bottom right now as he tries to go under the 7-11 of David Heisa. David Heisa going to run the high side, try to fend off Aiden Young. David Heisa, another driver who's got one of the coolest looking trucks on the circuit. A throwback to his grandfather's old modified that he ran in the 70s. So definitely a good looking truck. This all happening in front of the 42 truck of John Kennedy, another driver out of the Maxed Out Motorsports stables.
Yeah, Maxed Out Motors definitely has a lot of drivers in here tonight. Definitely doing their best to try and combat all the other teams that are out here. But I tell you, it's getting tight up at the front.
Yeah, we look at that battle up front. Right now, Burchett kind of checked out on Mogard by a few truck lengths. Mogard not able to do the same to Zach Lindgren, though, as the battle rages on for second.
Yeah, Zach Lindgren definitely is hungry tonight. You can tell that he's trying to get all that he can, but at the same time, save those tires. Another driver, though, like I said, that's charging to the front is that number 1 of PJ Popham as he's chasing down Spence Thompson for 4th.
Got about 25 of you out there watching right now on the Facebook stream. We are also streaming this race on the YouTube side of things. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We are following the chat out there in the Facebook live stream. Drop us a line, let us know where you're watching from, how you're enjoying all of tonight's action as we continue to watch battles going on all around the track right now. Another good battles between Mark Broderick right now in that 32 truck and Matthew Welsenbach in the 29.
Yeah, Broderick again is continuing his charge to the front of the field tonight. Started 30th tonight, and he has slowly but methodically made his way all the way up to the front. Because right now he battles Welsenbach for that 9th position with Anthony C. on his bumper.
One driver who's gone backwards since the restart, that's the 4 truck of Jackson Allen. Got to be wondering if maybe he's just saving his tires or if the truck's not to his liking on this set of tires.
I tell you, I think when he got caught off guard on that restart, it kind of put him in a bad position. He's having to regain his composure to try and make a charge back to the front. But at the same time, like you said, he's got to try and save those tires as much as he can as he goes to the inside of AJ Rogers as he come off of turn 2 and head to turn 3.
He's going to run the bottom, look to throw her deep, sell her cheap. AJ's going to fight back on the high side, may have the momentum through the tri-oval. Will come off door to door through the tri-oval to the line. Halfway in the race as the cross flags are up in the air. Robbie, we have seen a lot of great racing all around this 1.5 mile racetrack tonight.
Yeah, definitely. These guys have put on a really good, solid race tonight. There's action all the way through the field from the leader all the way back to dead last. These guys are fighting for every single position out there. As AJ Rogers gives the bumper, Jackson Allen down in 3 and 4.
Zachary Kreiser going to look to make a move on Chris Baines. This is for the 13th and 14th position. Going to bring Aiden Young in tow. Aiden, another one of those No Bull 5 drivers tonight, so the teammates may be trying to work together to get back to the front.
Yeah, they definitely got to figure something out. At this point, you got to be moving towards the front, because if you're not within that top 6-7 trucks when that last stage starts, I think you're going to be, in a tough spot to try and make up that ground.
66 laps to go right now. But like you said, if you're going to start making moves, you're going to have to position yourself for the third and final stage, as we've got just about 30 laps to go in this stage. I know what you may be thinking out there, 30 laps around this 1.5 mile racetrack is an eternity, but I guarantee if you ask some of these drivers, they're going to feel like time's running out and running out quickly.
Yeah, definitely. With the way the first stage played out, we went green the whole way through that first stage. Clicked off 50 laps really fast. It's not going to take long to click off another 50 at the pace that we're running and as clean as these guys are running tonight.
Well, we've got 27 of you out there watching right now. We've got 4 of you on the YouTube side. I know one of those 4 is the Cowboys of Colorado in Colorado Springs, as they live stream these races in the bar every Monday night. So we want to give a shout out to you guys out there. We hope you're enjoying this action, brought to you by Backwards Hat Productions, as we've seen a pretty good race so far.
Yeah, most definitely. These guys are putting on a show for everybody out there. Hopefully everybody's enjoying everything they see. And in the words of the Gladiator, are you not entertained? These guys are definitely putting on a show.
They'll run down the backstretch. Spence Thompson made a run at PJ Popham for the 4th position, wasn't able to get there. Meanwhile, he's got a teammate in Zach Lindgren that is still pressuring Joe Burchett, as Jared Mogard has retaken the lead.
Yeah, I tell you, Burchett gets out there early in the run. I think he just burns his tires off too fast, allowing Mogard and Lindgren and Popham and these guys to run them down.
Looks like we almost went 3 wide for a second off of turn number 2. Jackson Allen's now going to put the pressure to Spence Thompson in that 89 truck. He's going to bring AJ Rogers along with him on the bottom. We'll see if they can do anything with Spence.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to get after him there, but I tell you, these guys are getting after it. I tell you, you've got to position yourself for this final stage here. So guys are really starting to get aggressive with each other, really starting to make moves that we weren't seeing in that first 50-lap run. These guys are really trying the bottom line more and more now than they were in that first segment.
Zach Lindgren going to look to put the move on Joe Burchett. He got a fender in there but couldn't make it happen. Meanwhile, I want to check in with somebody who's running a little further in the back right now. That's Gordon Larson Jr., the HRL 00 truck. we mentioned he was your 2017 Grand National Series champion, as he's currently in the 23rd position, maybe not having the night he'd want to have, but nonetheless, the old 00 truck still looks pretty clean.
Yeah, he's definitely kept the fenders on it clean tonight. He's done a good job of trying to make sure that he takes advantage of the situation that he's in. You know, I think the thing that's probably playing against his strategy is he probably was playing for more cautions tonight, expecting more drivers to fall out. And right now, nobody's falling out.
Well, and we know that the R&D department's been hard at work on the 00 truck, as they've recently made some upgrades to their program. Maybe still just trying to fill out those upgrades and get a good feel for everything.
It's highly possible, you know, once you start making these changes and upgrading what you have, it takes a little while to get used to it. But I tell you, you can speak from experience. Once you get used to it, man, it makes a world of difference.
Oh, once you get used to it, is a night and day difference. We'll check in now with Anthony C. as he's being pressured by the newcomer AJ Rogers in the 19 truck. This battle's for the 7th and 8th position.
Yeah, Anthony's doing a good job tonight. Definitely had a solid truck and heck of a debut tonight for AJ Rogers. Can't say enough about the job that he's done tonight with his debut. For a guy to come in here and run as competitive as he's ran tonight and run as clean as he has tonight, he's definitely earning the respect of those drivers around him.
Well, we had 30 trucks start, Robbie, and we still have 28 on the lead lap. Last truck on the lead lap is Scott Lacoe in that 17 truck, as he now makes a move on Joseph Anduar. Going to put Joseph Anduar, the last truck on the lead lap. Then you have Blaine Falone, the first truck a lap down. Trevor Harmon's going to be the last truck in the field right now, but those two running in the same vicinity of each other, so we'll see how hard they battle. Maybe, you know, thinking a lucky dog battle could progress out of this if we were to get a caution.
Yeah, most definitely. I tell you right now, Trevor has employed a different strategy tonight that unfortunately is just not working out for him the way he'd want it to, but definitely doing a good job.
Austin Miller tuning in out there from Pennsylvania. We've got Travis Ivy out there from Laurinburg, North Carolina. My brother used to race iRacing. Heck yeah, man. Well, we're glad to have you with us on a Monday night as you're watching the Cars and Stars of the NMNTS Monday Night Thunder Series, brought to you by SimSpec PC, as they do battle 55 laps to go now, as we've got 80 down of the 134 scheduled to run tonight. We have not seen a caution yet. These guys have been under green. The only caution we saw was at the stage break. Definitely putting on a show for you fans out there tonight. Check in with the 818 of Derek Robinson right now as he battles his teammate in the 711 of David Heiza. If Chris Baines just in front of them, this is the battle for the 16th, 17th, and 18th position. Get a look at AJ Rogers there as he runs in 8th. 9th will be Mark Broderick. Broderick still on the charge in the 32 truck. Take a look here. Spence Thompson now going to work to the outside of Anthony C. Pacer Popham just in front of them, and the Ford truck of Jackson Allen's going to lead this 4-car train. They try to make up position right now on the top 3, who have skated away a little bit.
Yeah, top 3 have definitely gotten away from the field right now, and Zach Lindgren just ran a blistering lap time for old tires at a 31.5 to Mogard's 31.6 a while ago. So Lindgren looks like he's making up ground on Mogard. It's going to get interesting as we get to the end of this stage. But I tell you, it's going to get crazy with 34 laps to go, you know.
Lindgren has been the fastest truck on the racetrack for the last few laps as I've been monitoring speeds. Definitely, maybe Zach could play the spoiler here, as he's been the only one to actually not only keep up with Mogard, but run Mogard down.
Yeah, the big thing going into this last stage. I'll be honest with you. They're going to have about a 30-lap run to the end. The question is, how aggressive can you be on a 30-lap run?
Whoa! Chris Baines, I switched over to this battle. I saw him running close back there. Chris Baines going to make contact with Derek Robinson in the 818. Robinson tries to get it under control. He will, but lost a ton of ground. As you see, trucks still going to go around him. One of those being the newcomer, Andrew Yoder, in that 18 truck. He's going to do battle now with Gordon Larson and Justin Richter in that 97.
Yeah. I tell you, that battle between Baines and Robinson there, that was a whole lot of aero loose. Baines got up behind him, packed the air up under the back of that truck, got Robinson loose, and when Robinson got loose, Baines got to his bumper and kind of finished him off. But I tell you right now, Zach Lindgren is all over our leader, Jared Mogard.
We go back to the battle up front right now. Zach Lindgren is there. We'll see if he can do anything with him. Laps winding down. We'll have about 10 to go in stage number 1, or stage 2, I'm sorry. Here goes Lindgren to the bottom. We'll see if he can make it work.
All right, Zach pulls in behind Mogard there. I think Zach at this point is just trying to show Mogard that he's there, make Mogard think about what he's going to do, make Mogard potentially change his line, which may work to Zach's favor. Zach,
caution's going to fly, the first one of the night. Not exactly sure where it flew from, though.
37-27.
Definitely not the night you're going to want to see for Trevor Harmon, as that truck doing the crab walk away from the scene of the incident. We're going to go back, get a look at it, see exactly what happened. Looks like there may have been 2 separate incidents here. This one, the first one's going to be from the blimp cam. You're going to see it. Oh!
It's going to start with Kreiser getting loose off of turn 4. Kreiser gets loose off of 4, slides through the grass, gets control of the vehicle, slowly starts to come back on the track.
I believe this is going to be your sight to see right here. The initial... Oh, heartbreak for Joseph Anwar as he collects Trevor Harmon in the mix. The Panda Tactical number 13 truck really had nowhere to go. As you could see some smoke, couldn't really tell where they were coming from. We'll watch it from the chopper right here. Trevor Harmon's just going to kind of be... Trevor Harmon hit the apron, kind of an innocent bystander. Tough luck for the driver out of Arizona in that 27 truck.
Yeah, definitely wrong place at the wrong time there for Trevor Harmon. He had just put himself back in position to get the lucky dog, and unfortunately it looks like his night's going to end early here. But tough break for Joseph and Kreiser and Trevor there. It just looks like Kreiser got loose off of 4, tried to gather it back up through the grass, got the truck going again, and as soon as he tried to get back up on the banking, it just snapped right on him again. Unfortunately, that put him right in the middle of traffic.
Michael Redding in that 2 truck stayed out to lead a lap. He's now going to bring it to pit road, as the rest of the field made a pit stop behind Jared Mogard. Your top 3 are going to run as they came into the pits, with the Jared Mogard showing the way to Zach Lindgren and Joe Burchett in that 83 truck. Robbie, you've got to think with that caution, man. When we get going, we're going to be inside of 10 laps to go in stage number 2.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, in the words of Darrell Waltrip, cautions breed cautions. And we're going to have about a 6-7 lap shootout for the end of this stage. Would not surprise me if we don't have another one.
45 laps to go remaining in the race. Just 10 to go right now. It'll be 9 this time by in stage number 2. It's definitely going to get exciting. Going back and looking through some of the chat right now while we're under caution. Zach, I don't want to butcher your last name, so we're just going to say Zach N, watching from Rockport, Texas. What do you got to do? Richard Peterson, man, we're glad to see you out there in the chat again, always tuning in to Backwards Hat Productions. We've got you tuning in. Austin Miller got some questions out there. Sure appreciate you helping him out there, Richard. Well, Robbie, 1 to green. Under 10 laps is going to decide who's going to win stage number 2.
Yeah. Gonna be exciting here.
Definitely
gonna get crazy.
Definitely gonna be exciting.
Watch the 1 and the 83.
The 1 and the 83, yeah. Definitely going to be exciting. 2 of the guys that could make some moves and make it exciting. As you know, Pacer Popham will put that truck. You know, you look at some of the moves and you think, man, there might not have been room, but you go back to that old Dell Senior line where if you get your nose in there, sometimes you wreck, but hey, sometimes you win races. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be exciting. Under 10 laps to go. Stage number 2. Pace's car is going to make that hard left turn on a pit lane this time by. We're going to be led down by Jared Mogard out of the Maxed Out Motorsports camp. He's got Zach Lindgren, WFO Motorsports, out beside him. Green flag in the air. Mogard spun the tires just a little bit. Zach was able to get a good start as he comes up through the gears. Popham's going to be right on his deck lid. Now Zach goes to the bottom. Meanwhile, back behind them, we've got a heck of a battle going on around Sawyer Ott, Spence Thompson, Anthony C. Oh! Chris Baines. Baines got loose. Baines got loose, got up into the outside wall. He's going to continue on. As here we go now, we continue to watch the battle. There are battles all around this racetrack right now. We'll go to the
outside for the lead.
We'll go high above to the blimp cam. This is going to be our best shot to cover just about all of these cars right now. As we go back, oh, Zach Lindgren going to get together just a little bit with Jackson Allen. Meanwhile, here comes Popham to the front. He's going to try to steal a stage win away from Jared Mogard.
Yeah, Burchett is definitely strong on the short runs. He's going to make his way around the outside of Mogard. He's going to bring the 4 Jackson Allen with him. We get down to 5 laps to go in this stage.
Here comes Joe Burchett looking to steal one away. As you've got Craig Lehrman, Spence Thompson doing battle side by side behind them. Like we said, folks, we jumped up to the Backwards Hat Production blimp cam because there's just so much action right here to cover. We wanted to give you all a good shot of it. You've got about 10 trucks here separated by less than 2 tenths.
Tell you right now, Jared Mogard is going to lose 3rd place. It looks like to PJ Popham as PJ's got to the inside of Mogard down the backstretch. This is going to get interesting.
Here we go. Mogard going to kind of fall back just a little bit. He may have had stage 2 well in hand, but the caution flue shook everything up. You know Joe Burchett's got some short run speed, Robbie.
Yeah, Joe Burchett is definitely strong on the short run. But don't count the 4 of Jackson Allen out either. Jackson's one of those drivers, if he needs to turn it on for a short run, he can. He prefers to keep it for the long run, but knowing he only had 8 laps, he seems like he's flipped that switch.
We get a look from the gearbox of Jared Mogard as he's got a mirror full of PJ Popham right now. Zach Lindgren going to make a run back to the bottom, but all of this happening behind Joe Burchett, who wasted no chance to get back out front, virtue of that caution coming late in the stage here. We've got about 2 laps to go in stage number 2. That's going to set us up for one hell of a shootout to finish this thing out.
Yeah, it's getting intense as we're getting ready to come down to 2 laps to go here as they come to the stripe.
Here we go. You're going to look right now. Zach Lindgren going to look to the bottom of PJ Popham. Not going to make it happen as laps winding down. 2 laps to go in this stage. We look a little further back. You see Spence Thompson towards the back of the running here. He does battle with Craig Learman. This is for 6th and 7th. Anthony C. in that battle, as well as AJ Rogers and Matthew Welsenbach right now trying to wrap out your top 10 in stage 2.
White flag on the stage.
White flag on the stage. We're going to watch the battle right now. As we'll go back up to the blimp right now, you can see the top 5 kind of strung out. Meanwhile, these guys still doing battle. Everybody trying to get those stage points.
Oh, Bichette got tight off of 2. That's going to allow Jackson to get to his bumper to go to 3. Oh, they make contact.
Oh, Jackson's going to move Burchett up the hill. Mogard's going to put it to the bumper of Jackson Allen. Who's going to do it? PJ's going to get squeezed into the grass. Holy cow. That was just for stage points, Robbie. You can imagine what these guys are going to be doing when we come down to the white flag for $30 and a ticket to the hunt.
Wow, that's what you want to see at the end of a stage right there. Wow.
We're actually going to go back and get a look at how Jackson Allen took over the stage. As we'll do a little
off of turn 2.
And we'll do a little rewinding here. I want everybody to be able to see the full view. We would normally cut to the replay screen right here, but we'll just stick with it as it wasn't too far behind. Joe Burchett will go on board with Jackson Allen via the roof cam. And you see Joe Burchett gets a little high, gets almost into the wall. That's going to bring the 4 car right to the back bumper. You tell me that 4 truck wasn't hungry for a stage win.
Oh yeah, he was definitely hungry for that stage win right there.
Things got crazy in a hurry. Pit stops are underway right now. Everybody to pit road. As we'll see the battle off of pit road right now. Joe Burchett looks like he's going to lead the field out. Actually, Jackson Allen's going to win the battle off pit road. Well, Robbie, we talked to Jackson Allen after stage 1. What do you say we get a word with Joe Burchett and see how he feels how that stage ended? Well, I just noticed Robbie's took over to the admin side of things. He is running race control tonight, so I'm going to see if I can make contact with Joe Burchett here. Joe Burchett, this is Bradley Wilson, the Backwards Hat booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, things get crazy at the end of stage 2. As we thought that you may have had it well in hand. You know, after that restart, jumped out to the lead there, got a little tight off the exit of turn number 2 in the final lap. Jackson Allen going to kind of show you the bumper just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, just, you know, it's kind of the craziness going to a stage win. Wasn't really surprised, you know, to see the bumper. You know, it's just kind of that stage racing mentality. You got to get all you can get with coming to the white flag.
Yeah, bonus points in these stages have definitely proved to be fruitful for a lot of people throughout the season so far. But man, you got to think if that was for a stage win, things are fixing to get really exciting as we're going to go back green here with just about 30 laps to go.
Yeah, it should be a fun, you know, dash to the finish here. Definitely going to try to give all of the Swamp Dust Toyota Tundra that I can get.
Well, we noticed you've got the short run speed. Is the truck maybe a little better on the short run, or have you dialed it in for the whole 30 here?
It's a lot better on the short run speed than it is on the long run speed. So I'm hoping in this 34 or 33 lap run that we're going to get here, hopefully we get a caution. You know, maybe somewhere close to halfway with these guys getting really, really racy here towards the end. If it does, it kind of works out more to my strategy, which will kind of help me out. But either way, you know, we're gonna give it all we got and see if we can come home a victor.
Good, Dale. Well, I'll let you get back down to business. Lights are off on the pace car, but good luck throughout the rest of the event.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Joe Burchett. We talked to Jackson Allen after he won stage 1. I wanted to get a word with Joe Burchett to see what he thought, and definitely, as you heard it, fans, a little bit of Rubbins racing. He sure expected it. It was close, but, you know, one of those things that can definitely happen. Stage points do mean a lot here. Meanwhile, the evil outlaw, Michael Redding out of Batesville, Arkansas, is going to play a little strategy as he's going to lead us back down to the green. Pace car's fixing to make that hard left onto pit road. It will. Michael Redding now going to get on the loud pedal, kind of stack the field up. Good strategy call is going to allow the two truck to get out front. Here comes Joe Burchett, Jackson Allen, Jared Mogard, Popham, and Lindgren, though, as they're going to look to close that gap down rather quickly on Redding.
Yeah, Burchett's going to make it to the inside of Michael here. Heck of a call by Michael, strategy-wise. You only had a couple laps on that last run there, but the way everybody was racing on that last run, kind of hard.
3 wide out of turn 4 through the trial. We'll see how this works out. Jackson Allen going to thread the needle and squeaks by. Man, heck of a move by the 4 truck right there. As we went out to the blimp, I thought it may happen. Now they're going to go 3 wide behind that, as Mogard, Lindgren, and Redding all going to do battle into turn 3. Redding gets pushed up out of the groove onto the high side.
Wow, that was close and tight. And everything in between.
These guys definitely showcasing a lot of driving ability out right now, as they're going to go 3 wide under Redding again. It's going to be Spence Thompson and Matthew Welsenbach this time, bringing Broderick with them. Now we're going to get 2 by 2 again, finally. All of this has allowed Joe Burchett to jump out to the lead. As we continue to keep a camera on, Michael Redding truck's going to start to try to make their way around them. We'll go back up front, and right now Joe Burchett could be playing the spoiler to this whole No Bull 5 thing.
Yeah, PJ Popham has made his way into second place there, but Zach Lindgren and Jared Mogard will not separate from each other.
Now Zach Lindgren going to tuck in behind Mogard. Mogard to the back bumper of Jackson Allen. AJ Rogers going to make a run to the inside of the 49 truck. Here comes Spence Thompson, another No Bull 5 driver who's kind of been marred in traffic all night, as he's going to try to dice his way back up to the front.
Yeah, Spence is definitely, it's go time now is when Spence is going to try and make his way up towards the front. Like we said during stage 2, you got to be within that top 10 to have a chance at this. And right now, it looks like if you're not in that top 5, you may be out of luck, because the top 5 starts to separate themselves from the rest of the field.
We ride on board the Backwards Hat Productions chopper right now. We'll go high in the sky to the blimp one more time to show you all this action that's shaking up. Broderick definitely having the run that we're used to seeing Broderick have right now, as he's still trying to fight his way through this mess of trucks.
Yeah, Broderick again having a great night. Started it in 30th, has made his way all the way up inside the top 10. But how about that guy right behind him?
Oh, contact! Oh. Contact! Spence Thompson and Matthew Welsenbach get together. Welsenbach's going to get the outside wall, going to keep it up there in a move to let everybody go around him, but a tough break for Welsenbach in that 29 truck.
Yeah, Welsenbach tonight looks like it's coming to an end.
A heartbreak for the driver of the 29 as he and Spence Thompson made contact coming out of turn number 4. We told you it'd be close quarters racing, and you're at a point where the give and take might have ran out there, so definitely one of those things. But back up front here, we've got Joe Burchett, but Popham started to close that down just a little bit.
Yeah, everybody's closing in right now. Looks like the top 5 are pretty much right there nose to tail.
Here we go. Mogard going to go upstairs, see if he can work on Jackson Allen. Jackson Allen runs it about 2 grooves off the bottom right there. Zach Lindgren still in tow. But the man on the move right now is Pacer Popham in that 1 truck.
Yeah, Pacer's definitely running Burchett down. He's going to try and make his way around him, but right now it looks like Mogard's the man with the momentum as he's gotten to the outside of Jackson Allen as they go down the backstretch.
Here we go. We're going to see what Jackson Allen does. Maybe run him up the track just a little bit. Not the case. They're going to be about a truck length distance right there as Zach Lindgren now going to go to the high side, looks to work on Jackson Allen. Not going to get it done this time by the line. We go a little further back in the field, go out to the blimp cam where you're going to find another Noble 5 driver. That's Ryan W. Daniels in that 71 truck. He's running in 8th place right now. You see, new leader. Pacer pop him in the 1 truck. What I was saying is Ryan Daniels is kind of running in kind of a clean pocket. You know, if something were to happen and the trucks got together definitely up front and for the lead, you could see a pile up. You know, that could play favors to some guy like Ryan Daniels in the closing laps.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It could definitely play to his advantage. You know, he's had a good, solid run tonight, kept his nose clean. He's in position to capitalize on tonight. But I tell you, it's getting intense right now as we're down to 20 laps to go as we come to the strike.
20 laps to go this time by, being led by Pacer Popham around this 1.5 mile racetrack. These trucks are storming at just a little over 30 seconds right now. Meanwhile, Spence Thompson's going to continue the charge. We saw him look to the inside for just a second of Sawyer Ott. Michael Redding going to collect the wall down the backstretch. Looks like everybody's going to get around him cleanly. We go back up front. This is another great battle going on. This is Mark Broderick as he looks to the inside of newcomer AJ Rogers. The battle for the 8th and 9th position. Oh, truck smoking.
Oh, BJ Popham. Zach Lindgren. Oh, he's coming up the track.
Oh, he's going to get hit again. Going to collect Gordon Larson. Ryan Daniels skates through. Craig Learman nowhere to go. He's going to tag the HRL truck. Go back and see just what transpired there.
That will be the 85 and the 1.
We'll go from the blimp cam as you're going to get a look at it. Trying to find exactly where it happened to give you the best view. We'll go back and take a look at it. We'll look at it from a few different angles right now. You're going to see it from the blimp cam first. Like, Popham gets the apron just a little bit. Zach tried to check that truck up. Couldn't really get it slowed down. We'll go off the roof cam of the 85 to see what he saw. Popham got the apron, got a little bit out of shape. Zach gives him the bumper there. Couldn't really get the 85 5-star Drafting Incorporated truck woed down enough. Got out of it, tried to give him an opportunity to save it, hit the apron, then got him again, which sent the 81 or the 1 truck back up into the racetrack, going to collect a few other trucks. Folks, you knew it was bound to happen in the close quarters that these guys were racing in. It was just a matter of time. Now it's going to be all about strategy. We'll see who does what, as it looks like these trucks all just came off a pit road, so I'm trying to see exactly who's going to be your leader when we come by. I believe it will be the 3 truck of Jared Mogard. No, they're going to bring him to pit road this time. I jumped the gun just a little bit. I thought we had reviewed that replay just a little bit longer. Here we go. Truck's going to be making pit stops right now. We'll see who will win the battle off the pit road. Like your new leader is going to be Spence Thompson in the 89 truck. Jared Mogard in second. Ryan Broderick third. Jackson Allen third. Mark Broderick fourth. AJ Rogers in fifth. That's going to round out your top five. Robbie is over there with the race control side of things right now, as he's been doing most of the night. Oh, he's back. He's back.
Yay, had to dole some stuff out there. Ah.
Heel to the steel is right, Scott, as we get set to go. Pace light, or lights are off on the pace car. 15 laps to go. It'll be 14 this time. I see Matthew Welsenbach out there in the chat. Not a happy driver from the pits. I can understand it completely. Contact being made by him and Spence Thompson is going to put the 29 truck out of commission for tonight. A tough break, as Welsenbach had been inside the top 10 all night long.
Oh,
well,
Info Care Center. Maybe we can get an interview with him.
And maybe so. As we go to watch this restart, it'll be rather interesting to see Spence Thompson can put some gap between himself and Jared Mogard. Meanwhile, look at that 32 truck. After weeks of, maybe not having the runs he'd like, going to be restart from the third position. Green flag in the air. Thompson's going to get the jump. Looks like Mogard might have stuttered a little bit to get going. That's going to bring Mark Broderick to the inside, looking for second.
Yeah, don't count Broderick out.
We'll go back up to the blimp right now. Mogard went to the bottom, now going to go back up to the top in front of Jackson Allen. They're definitely doing a lot of moving around here for these top positions. Look at Blake Falone as he's snuck into the top 10. Good battles all around the racetrack. Meanwhile, another driver we want to give a call out to right now. We'll try not to jinx him. That's the 18 truck of Andrew Yoder, as he's put that truck in the 11th position right now on a debut night. Definitely good things to see. Good to see newcomers come into the series, be able to shake things up.
Uh-oh.
What? What'd you see that I didn't?
Uh-oh. I'll be back.
Well,
This is gonna change the outcome of the race.
Robbie Buckner going to hand down a penalty, I'm sure. Robbie, you want to go ahead and tell us what it is, or are we going to wait for you to come back?
The 89 broke the flame before the start-finish line.
Oh, definitely going to be a heartbreak for Spence Thompson, as he was close to a no bull. We'll go back and take a look at the restart once the race is over and show you what we're talking about. But we do have a rule here in the Monday Night Thunder series that the leader cannot make a lane change before the start-finish line. So it's definitely going to be a heartbreak of a thing. That's going to forfeit the lead back over to Jared Mogard when Spence Thompson has to make that pit stop. It is a pass-through penalty. 10 laps to go. Burchett, Mogard, Jackson Allen will be your top three, virtue of the penalty that's going to be handed out to the 89 car. Mark Broderick's going to be running right there in the fourth position. That'll move Blake Falone, a driver we haven't talked about a whole lot in that Pokemon truck, up to the top five. We got a good battle going on behind him. That's Aiden Young, one of the No Bull 5 drivers, looking to battle under the inside of AJ Rogers. This will be for the 7th and 8th position after the pit stops made by the 89. Mark Broderick going to look to the outside of Jackson Allen. Jared Mogard is your race leader, but he's got a mirror full of Joe Burchett right now. As we mentioned, these two have history. They're the move at Gateway where Mogard showed Joe Burchett the door to get by him in the closing laps of that race. We'll see if it all's not forgotten, as Joe Burchett's going to go to work on Jared Mogard for the lead. Here goes Burchett to the bottom. He's going to make a move, try to make it stick under Jared Mogard. Broderick to the outside now. They're 2 by 2. Oh, Jackson Allen into the 83. Burchett with a hell of a save off the bottom there. Going to keep it straight. Excuse my language, folks. It was exciting, though. Joe Burchett had to save that truck. I don't know how he got it gathered back up. Makes a heck of a save, though. All that's going to bring the 32 truck right to the bumper. A driver trying to win the Noble 5 versus a driver who has already won the Noble 5, punched his ticket to the hunt in the postseason. Laps winding down, just 4 laps to go. Here comes Broderick to the outside of Mogard. Does he have anything for him? Gonna run the high side. Mogard's gonna try to dig the bottom. Mogard tries to pull the slider on him. Not gonna happen. Broderick having none of it. They'll drag race down through the tri-oval. 3 laps to go this time. We'll wait for Robbie to get back to give us the official ruling, as we were told there would be a penalty assessed to the 89 truck of Spence Thompson's.
The 89 truck has been charged with the lane change violation, as being given a drive-through penalty.
We continue to watch as Spence Thompson still keeps that 89 truck on the track, so we'll see what develops there. Meanwhile, it's Mark Broderick to the lead. 2 laps to go. Well, Robbie, things going to shake up as Broderick will inherit the lead. We'll see just what happens here if Mogard can get to the back bumper. 1 lap to go. We talked about it, a guy who had already won the Noble 5 versus a guy trying to win the Noble 5. Checkered flag in the air. Mark Broderick going to come home tonight's winner after 134 laps here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Robbie, there was a ton of action all the way through this field all night long.
Yeah, definitely an exciting race tonight. Was good to see. Tough call there at the end, but rules are rules. So congratulations to Mark Broderick, tonight's winner.
Mark Broderick going to get that monkey off his back, going to go back to victory lane in the 32 truck, the driver out of Pennsylvania. We'll have top 3 interviews coming up as Robbie will get words with the top 3. Before we close the show out, we want to thank everybody who tuned in It was definitely an exciting race all the way around. Broderick's going to continue to burn him down. Meanwhile, we want to give a huge shout out to the driver in the 11 truck who's going to bring that machine home in third. He'll be the first truck we talk to.
Looks like he'll be the only truck we talk to.
Oh, only truck we have radio communication with, huh?
It's okay though. This will be entertaining. Oh, nope, Jared just got in.
Uh-oh, there he is.
Jared.
So we'll get Blake Falone first, and then we will then we'll get a hold of Jared Mogard.
They all just got in here. Okay, we're good.
There we go. All right, top 3 interviews coming up. Robbie, go ahead and take it away.
Blake Falone, Robbie Buckner, backwards hat production booth. Got a copy, bud?
Yeah, 10-4, got you loud and clear.
Brother, good solid run for you tonight, and the BBR team didn't have to send one home to the Field of Broken Dreams. Tell us about your night.
Oh man, you told me I was going to get third in this race. About halfway through, I would have called you a liar. Holy cow, we were in the middle of the pack, somewhere from 13th to 20th through the first 2 stages, but we just kept plugging along. The good thing is about being back there, I was able to really perfect my line for that middle run. And it just started to work out, had a few cautions fall my way, and then the penalty is what it is. We'll take the 3rd place, 0x, nice clean race. 3rd place points is exactly what we needed to move ourselves up the points ladder.
Heck yeah, brother. Got that 7-point bonus for 0x tonight. So definitely a good amount of bonus points there for you. I tell you, heartbreak there at the end for several drivers, but you were able to come out of it clean. Anybody you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Shout out to the guys over at BBR for giving me a very nice handling truck the entire race. Holy cow, I can't talk to you how good this truck drove the entire day. Thanks to you guys for putting the broadcast out. Congrats to everyone for a really, really fun, clean race, and I look forward to more next week.
Well, heck yeah, brother. Again, congratulations on the finish there, Blake, and we we'll hope to see you again next week. Maybe improve on it by 2 spots.
Yeah, that'd be the day. Appreciate it, guys.
No problem, brother.
We go back now before we talk to 2nd place finisher, Jared Mogard. We're going to look at the penalty. I'm going to slow it down for you. You'll see the markings on the racetrack. There is a strict rule here in the NMNTS that there are no lane changes before the start-finish line. You're going to see that center line that divides the top and bottom grooves. Watch the 89 truck as he's going to go to arc it up out of that first little bend in the dog leg there. And you're going to see from this angle, the right side tires are going to break it right there just before the start finish line. The truck clearly breaking the bounds. So we wanted to give you all a little breakdown of what that rule was. As Blake mentioned, heartbreak, or as Robbie mentioned, heartbreak for some drivers. Other drivers going to be celebrating. Another guy that's probably going to have a little bittersweetness to it is going to be Jared Mogard in that 3 truck. Robbie, do you have him standing by?
I do.
All right, we'll let you take it away.
Jared Mogard, Robbie Buckner, the backwards hat production booth. Got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got you guys. Got me.
And we got you, brother. Looked like at the end of that first stage there, you were going to walk away with another one tonight. And whole complexity of this race and just seems to change there with those late cautions at the end of stage number 2 and there at the end of this race. Tell us about your race and how you thought things played out there.
Yeah, I mean it was a fun race. Challenging there. The first stage, green to checkered there, figured it out. I was struggling going into 1 and we figured it out with about 15 to go on the first stage, and then the second stage, for me anyway, it got really loose on the bottom and kind of just lost the comfortability that we had in the first run, but it was good, and it ended crazily there. I wish the penalty would have come out there on the restart deal there. Sooner, I probably would have raced Ryan a little bit harder for it.
Well, most definitely, brother. I tell you, when it comes to penalties, you know as well as anybody, they're taken very seriously in this league, and they're all looked at, especially one that in the end ends up affecting the outcome of the race. So But man, definitely was a good run for you tonight. You know, we talked about before the race that you were here to put your stamp on No Bull, try and lock yourself into the hunt. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to go into Darlington in the next hunt race and try and lock yourself in. What do you think the odds are going into that?
Yeah, I had this one circled on the calendar once I figured out it was an automatic lock in, and felt like we gave it away. I think a couple different things I would have done there at the end that would have helped us out a little bit, so I kind of gave that one away. But yeah, we'll try again at Darlington. Looking forward to it. It's a higher eating track, and you got to keep it out of the wall, so it's gonna be whoever can be 150% locked in and focused in that race is going to come out the winner, so it should be fun.
Well, heck yeah, brothers. Anybody want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, we started a new team, me and my buddy Nick Kaufman, so debut here tonight, kind of, sort of, with them. Was pretty good, so I got a shout out to Nick Kaufman from Kaufman Racing Graphics and Twitch Race Reports for coming on board. I don't know if he's still watching or not. My little buddy Axel was, I think he was gonna watch it, but hopefully he enjoyed it. And just give a shout out to Ryan. That was a fun battle for second. He definitely deserves the win. You know, unfortunate for Spence, but he deserves a win. So fun racing him. Me and Ryan raced a lot. So congrats to him and just everybody that makes this league go, and the Noble program and everybody. Really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, brother. We appreciate you showing up week in, week out, putting your best foot forward. Again, holding on to that points lead, so don't look like you're in any danger of not making the hunt. But sure, you would have liked to punch that ticket tonight and lock yourself in. But there's always next week. But again, good race for you tonight, Jared, and we look forward to seeing you next week at Texas.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Once again, that was Jared Mogard. He's going to qualify for that final No Bull race coming up in Darlington in September. But right now, interviewing a man who's got to be ecstatic is going to be your race winner tonight. He won the first No Bull 5 race at Daytona. Definitely put a mark back on it and got the ship righted after a few hard weeks. I believe Robbie's standing by with your winner.
I am standing by with Broderick, Mr. 1000.com himself. What about that finish, bud?
Oh, I don't know. You tell me. I had no idea I was even going to get a top 5. I thought with the damage I was kind of done. I want to congratulate Spence first on a really well-run race. I know I don't really want to win like that, but I'll take it. And me and Jared had a good battle there, and I just railed the top side a few laps, and I was kind of surprised by how much grip was up there with how many marbles were sitting up at the top.
Heck yeah, brother. I tell you, we made several comments tonight about how you started 30th and you'd work your way up to the top 10. It looked like you'd put yourself in position for a really good run. To be able to go from dead last to first, though, I mean, that's a heck of an accomplishment. And not to mention, you're going 2 out of 3 of these No Bull 5 races.
Well, I don't think I wasn't eligible for it tonight, but I'll go cool to win a race any weekend. Yeah, I got to, I think I went from 30th to about 8th in the first segment. Forgot I was the first pit box. I forgot how early it was on pit road, because usually I don't race with 30 people in the lobby, and I'm used to pitting after the start-finish line, so that kind of messed me up. Went to the back again. I got to like 10th or 11th, somewhere in there, and slid my box. I don't know, it just seemed like everything started going my way in the last stage.
Heck yeah, brother. Well, definitely it's good to see you back out here tonight. You know, you're the only guy right now who's technically locked into our hunt for this year. And you've done a good job tonight of not letting anybody else get themselves locked in. So you got one more chance to be the spoiler at Darlington and ensure that nobody else locks themselves in outside of you. You think you got a good chance of winning the No Bull 5 at Darlington?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love Darlington, and with Bradley, we can get a really good tide truck for there.
Heck yeah, definitely going to get you a sweet throwback truck. And once again, man, like you said, you weren't qualified to win this, but at the same time, that $30 is going to roll over again. And being the only man who's won 2 of these things out of 3 now, definitely got to feel good about Darlington.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys.
Once again, that was your race winner, Mark Broderick in that 32 truck out of Pennsylvania. Good run for him. Well, Robbie, this race had it all. You had some heartbreak. You had some the suspense of it all, and you know, definitely tough break for Spence Thompson there. But you know, nonetheless, man, exciting action all the way through tonight.
Yeah, it definitely was a good race all the way through. These guys done a good job. Nice long green flag runs. Ran that entire first stage without a caution. Almost ran the entire second stage without a caution. But I tell you, that one caution there near the end of the second stage, I think that's really what set this finish up. It really changed the complexity of this race. It changed the way it was raced. I think if you don't have those cautions there at the end of that, we're talking to Mogard in victory lane tonight. But short run wise, it didn't look like Mogard had the car for the short run. The other guys seemed to be able to beat him on the short run, but on the long run, he could run him down. But that's kind of the way it works in races. Sometimes you got a real good short run vehicle, and sometimes you have a long run. And this time, the guys with the short run were able to make it pay off.
Well, we're going to take a look now at your standings, your official race results at the end of this thing. Mark Ryan Broderick going to bring it home from the outhouse to the penthouse, 30th to 1st. Second place will be Jared Mogard. He climbed from 8th to 2nd. Third place will be Blake Falone from 11th to 3rd. Fourth place, Sawyer Ott from 10th to 4th. Rounding out your top 5, Aiden Young, and those are going to be your 5 drivers that will get a shot at the final Noble 5 race coming up at Darlington in September.
Yeah, coming home 6th will be your pole sitter Joe Burchett. 7th will be AJ Rogers in his debut. Solid run for him. Coming home 8th tonight, Ryan W. Daniels fought back from 25th place, starting to finish 8th. Jackson Allen's going to come home 9th, and Zach Lindgren, after a late penalty, is going to be able to come home 10th.
Austin Tremblay is going to start your next group of drivers there in 11th from 26th. The newcomer having a great run tonight. Another driver that had a great run back is Justin Mark Richter there from 21st to 12th in his first race back from the concussion. 13th will be David Heise, going to start 13th, finish 13th. Anthony C. will start 7th, finish 14th. Rounding out your top 15 from 29th place is going to be Blaine Falone in the 21.
Yeah, coming home 16th to be the 17th of Scott LeCaux. Chris Baines in his debut back with the NMTS going to come home 17th. Michael Redding, after a late race strategy that didn't pan out for him, is going to come home 18th. Andrew Yoder is going to come home 19th in his debut, and Derek Robinson is going to come home 20th tonight.
21st will be Spence Thompson. Actually, it'll be John Kennedy and then Spence Thompson. Spence Thompson will be scored the last truck on the lead lap. Gordon Larson will come home 23rd. 24th will be Trevor Harmon. Craig Lehrman going to round out the top 25.
Yeah, 26 is going to be PJ Popham. Heartbreak for him as him and Zach Lindgren were fighting for the lead. Made contact. PJ's night comes to an end early. Walzenbach, another guy, fell victim of contact between him and Spence Thompson. That's going to cause him to finish 27th. Christopher Matthews, again, another driver involved in the incident, is going to come home 28th. And Zachary Kreiser, who looked like he was going to have a good run tonight, unfortunately falls victim to a loose truck off the corner. He's going to come home 29th. And Joseph Anduar is going to come home 30th tonight.
Well, that's going to round out your field. It's going to round out the show on Monday night. We're going to take a brief night off tomorrow night. You can catch us back in action for the NMNTS Dirt Night. The season finale going to run Wednesday night, and then we're going to follow it up with another season finale with the Ram Series Street Socks. So going to hit the dirt for 2 nights to cap off our show. We definitely want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. Y'all have a safe couple days, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.